Good morning. Happy Friday. I want to see all AirPods put away, please. I want all phones off. I want knees and eyeballs facing this way, as always. Pottsville Apaches, we have very high expectations. I'm looking at someone right now with an AirPod. Let's get rid of that, please. Thank you. So if y'all will, listen up. I'm going to read an introduction for our speaker today. As you know, Prom is tomorrow, and it's going to be a great night, but it will be an even greater night if you all arrive and get home safely. And that's definitely our goal for you. So let me read about Daniel Morris. He is our speaker for today. Let me turn down my walkie-talkie. Y'all got to hear Brooke and Mr. Bradley. Daniel Morris is our guest speaker today, and he is the pastor in Danville at Danville First Baptist. He graduated with his master's degree from the University of Arkansas at Monticello in 2006. Before being in the ministry, Daniel was a football coach and a teacher at Danville High School for 10 years. Daniel's goal is to point people to purpose and meaning in their lives through faith in Jesus Christ. He is married to Lauren Mann Morris and has a daughter, Presley, who is a senior at Danville, and two sons, Jackson and Rowan Mann, who both attend Pottsville schools. So y'all join me in welcoming Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ham. I appreciate that. Thank you for that warm welcome. And I know you're all so excited to be at the pre-prom Scare Us Out of Bad Decisions talk that you're here for this morning. I know that you got up this morning and you were like, yes, today is the day. Today is the day to hear this guy talk. And some of you are not going to listen to what Ms. Ham said. You've already put your AirPods back in, and that's okay. You can do that and get in trouble if you want to, but I've just got a few things to share with you today. I'm not here to scare you and show you a bunch of gory pictures and things like that to try to keep you from making bad decisions tomorrow night. I'm just here to share a little bit from my heart and a little bit of my story, and hopefully it can land and help some of you here today. So my goal is not to scare you, it's to do this. I have one goal today. That you walk out of here and you understand that your decisions matter in your life, not just tomorrow, but in general, that your decisions matter, and that God, and especially Jesus, because we mean different things by that word sometimes, is awesome. That's really all I want to do today. And I haven't asked permission to say that, to say Jesus inside of a school, but, if I get kicked out and never asked back, that's okay. But here's what I want you to do while I'm sharing a little bit from my heart today. While we're talking, if a question comes up in your mind, if you're wondering, if something comes up and you're wondering, like, whatever it is, I don't know, like, did you used to have hair, or whatever, it doesn't matter. If you'll keep that question in mind, I'll give you a chance at the end to ask it, whatever it is. You can make it embarrassing if you want to, that's fine. I may or may not answer it, but you can ask it. But I do want to do one thing before we start and get into what we're going to talk about today. I've always heard about Pottsville's education system. Matter of fact, we almost moved our kids here at one point in Presley's life because we hear about how good Pottsville's education is. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you raise your hand like you're in class, and I'll pick on whoever I think raises their hand first, and we'll see. And if you get the question right, I've got a 7-brew gift card that I'll give you if you get the question right. So the first one is, where does Pottsville get its name? Where does Pottsville get its name? Right here, long hair. No, like the town of Pottsville. Raise your hand. Where does the town of Pottsville get its name? Right there behind you. Oh, real loud. Yeah, you're getting closer. The Potts Inn, specifically, like the person. Anybody know the person's name? Oh, right here. He's confident. The Potts family. What's his name? Like the dude. Okay.
Pottsville?
Oh, good try. That's like 5 tries. Come on now. Somebody's got to have this. Yeah. John. John what? John Potts. That's right. Yeah. John Kirkbride Potts, to be exactly right. When did Pottsville get its name? When did Pottsville become a town? An actual town named Pottsville. Anybody? If you get anywhere close, I'll give it to you. Right here. Oh, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. See if we can get closer. No, you already answered. Right here. Okay? No. Yeah, behind. In the black. Yeah, you. You're getting closer. One more try. Right here. Not even close, but that's okay. May 7th, 1897 is when Pottsville became a town named Pottsville after John Kirkbride Potts. But since you were last and closest, there you go. All right. Now let's get into some education questions. Education questions. We ready? I was a history teacher. I taught AP US history, so I can't not share a little bit of history with you today. Who was the 16th president? Right here. Nice. Abraham Lincoln. Nice. He knows his civic duty. Yes. I love it. All right. Raise your hand if you can tell me who won the Civil War. At the top. Who won the Civil War? Oh, he changed his mind. He don't want to answer. Right here. The Union. Which direction is that? North. Hey, the North, the Union. If you didn't know that, that's really bad, but I'm glad you did. Here you go. The North won the Civil War. Yes. Slow clap for my man. Is it working? All right. Not that question. Who won World War II? Who won World War II in the blue? He's confident. Who's the Allies?
America. Great Britain.
Britain, France, and us. That's right. Back-to-back World War champions, the United States of America. Right here. All right, how about this one on the screen? What's the original mascot of Pottsville Schools? Guy in the very back. Huh? You said tigers? Why did you say tigers? Well, it's actually right, so good job. Yeah, that's right. Who didn't know that? Here's the story. Here's the story. The story goes, Joe Mathis got the name changed to Apache in the 1950s when he and his buddy Jerry Jones were in junior high. They were reading a book in the library one day about the warlike Apache Indians in New Mexico and thought they would like to be one. The next day they approached the superintendent of the school about their brainstorm and the mission was accomplished. So it was changed to the Apaches in the 1950s, which I think is a lot cooler. I think is a lot cooler than Indians. Tigers, excuse me. Oh, here we go. How many, click forward a couple, yeah. How many championships has Arkansas won in football? How many national championships has Arkansas won in football? In the front here. One. Boom, 1964. Oh boy, come on. 1964 national champions. And our last question, you may think is subjective, but it ain't. Who is the greatest basketball player of all time?
J.C. Jones!
Not a girl. Michael Jordan is the right answer. LeBron James' career free throw percentage is 73%. Like that in and of itself ends the discussion. You can't make more than 7 out of 10 free throws. You're not the greatest basketball player of all time. You're a bum. He's a bum.
Yeah!
He's not really a bum. I'm just antagonizing. All right. So I need a volunteer. I need a volunteer for our next thing. And it needs to be, see who this fits. Oh, I think it fits you. It definitely fits you. It needs to be a guy who thinks he has a pretty girlfriend and hopefully plays baseball. Yeah, come on, bro. I knew it was you. Sit down right there. All right, so here's what's happening. He's present student. I'm him 10 years in the future. Okay? 10 years in the future. And we're just reading out loud a text conversation that he and I have for some reason this has taken place. So I'm the student from the future. I'm him 10 years from today. And he's himself right now with the pretty girlfriend and playing baseball and all the things. Is his girlfriend here? Do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Like for real have a girlfriend?
Yeah, she's real.
Okay. Here we go. I'm student from the future. Hey man, what's up?
Who this? Don't have this number.
It's you.
You? What are you talking about?
I'm you, just 10 years in the future.
10 years in the future? How is that possible?
I don't know, but just go with it so the skit works, man.
Okay. But this is weird.
I agree, but it's also kind of cool.
If you say so.
Anyway, I'm just reaching out to tell you, good job.
Good job for what?
Good job with prom night 2025.
That's tomorrow night. So good job for what?
Man, things are great here in your future.
They are? How? Did I make it to the big leagues?
Bro, you throw 75 miles an hour on your fastball. It's not 85, no matter how many times you say it is. No, you didn't make it to the big leagues, at least not in baseball.
So what's so great about my future?
But you're killing it. You graduated high school and went to that electrician school. You got all your certifications, you started busting your butt. You now own your own company that's doing commercial electrical work across the state. Your company's the second largest electrical installation company in the state, and you're only 28 years old.
Awesome. I knew I had it in me. That all?
No, that's just the start.
The start? For real? What else is there?
Well, he got married 9 years ago. And let me tell you, and this is his, not sure if I can say this at the school assembly. But man, she's smoking hot.
How hot?
Dude, trust me.
Is it my current girlfriend?
Nah, man, she cheats on you at prom 2025.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. She wouldn't do that. Y'all are still friends, but you meet this girl at church.
Church? I don't even go to church.
I bet you're still going now.
Okay, so I've got a great job, own my own company, smoking hot wife. Anything else?
Yeah, you've got 2 beautiful kids,
Nice.
friends that love you.
Boom!
You're on the city council and you're really making a difference in your community.
Cool, cool.
You're well respected and loved. You have a nice home, cars that are paid for, and you just got home from a week-long vacation in Europe.
Ballin'.
That's right. You took your whole family, your parents, your brother and his wife and her kids, your wife's sister and her brother, her husband and kids. You're killing it, bro. I told you.
Man, that's so cool. I'm cool. But why did you say good job on prom night 2025?
Because that's where it all started.
It is? How?
Well, you know that spot that everybody's planning to go to for the party? Yeah, well, it didn't go very well.
It didn't? How? What happened?
Well, you know that group of guys that everybody thinks is really cool right now?
Yeah, of course.
Well, they're at the party. They get drunk as usual. And one of them has the bright idea that the party doesn't have enough to drink. So he gets in the car, tears out of there, swerving and driving like an idiot.
No way.
Yes, way, dude. Legit. This is what happened.
Dang.
He's driving to get another keg from his uncle's place, and he crosses the center line and forces another car to swerve into the ditch. He jerks back into his lane and overcorrects and rolls his car.
Oh man, does he get hurt?
Yeah, he tears his knee up really bad, loses his scholarship to the university, never plays ball again.
That's the worst.
I wish it was the worst, but it's not.
It's not. What could be worse than that?
Well,
Well, what? What is it?
the other car.
What about it?
A single mom and her 2 kids were on their way home from the hospital. Their grandma had been sick.
And
Well, they went into the ditch and hit a group of trees head on.
are
None of them made it. All 3 died.
you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I wish this wasn't true.
Man, that's terrible. Well, what happened to the cool guy?
He's never been the same. People tried to help him, but he just has never forgiven himself for what he did.
That would be so hard.
He has trouble holding down a job. He's 28. He's still living with his mom.
His ma?
Yeah, his mom. He can't afford his own place. He still borrows her car. It's sad, man. He's definitely not the cool guy anymore.
Wow, that's hard to believe. Is that all?
No.
No.
When the police came on the scene of the accident, they found the cool guy knocked out, and his phone is lying there beside him.
Was he on his phone?
Yeah. People from the party were snapping him to see what was taking so long. The police opened up the snaps and saw all the messages about the party, and because everyone's location was on there, which was really stupid, by the way, they knew exactly where the party was.
Oh man, busted, right?
Yeah, busted for sure. A bunch of cops show up at the party, and everyone there gets a ticket for minor possession, public intoxication.
Oh man, I would be in so much trouble for that.
Yeah, and a couple of the other cool guys get arrested for resisting arrest. It was not good. Some of the kids lost scholarship money to college over it. It was a huge mess.
So how was this a good night for me? I don't understand.
Well, the morning of prom, you just had a bad feeling about the party and you couldn't shake it.
Yeah? Something in my gut had been telling me all that week. Like, I just know it's a bad idea for some reason.
You snapped everybody in the group and told them you didn't feel like the party was a good idea, and you planned to just go to the church after prom party that everybody thought was going to be lame.
Oh no, I did? What did everybody say?
Well, the cool guys made fun of you,
Shocker.
and some other guys joined in with them.
Great.
But a few agreed with you. They texted in the group that they would join you there at the church.
Hey, not too bad.
No, not too bad at all. And they sent you messages personally and thanked you for being strong and speaking up.
Hey, alright, nice.
They had been wanting to say something, but they were just too scared of being made fun of by the cool guys.
Dang, I didn't know I had that in me.
Honestly, before that day, you didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for that.
Hey man, I'm only being honest. You hadn't shown leadership and integrity like that before.
I guess that's true.
You just kind of did whatever the crowd did. But after standing up that day, doing the right thing, it changed you.
It did?
Yeah, it did. You realized how important it was to do the right thing and to stand up and speak out when it matters.
Okay.
That most of the time there are others just waiting for someone to be strong and to lead.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I am. Trust me.
Okay. And then what?
After that day, you became a leader.
I do?
Yeah, the type of guy that would do the hard work it takes to become the type of man that can successfully lead the company you're leading.
Our work does pay off.
Yes, it does. You become the type of man that can lead a family like I'm doing right now.
That sounds awesome. I want to be a man like that.
It changed you forever, but that's not all.
It's not? Man, what now?
Well, that party that you and a few others went to at the church,
Yeah, the lame one that everyone will think I'm weird if I go to?
yeah, that one.
Okay, and
Well, that's the night you meet Mrs. Smoking Hot.
it is? How?
Well, she was actually already a freshman in college and was volunteering to help at the church after prom party.
For real? She was a cougar?
Well, technically you are the same age, but she was young for her grade.
Nice, a college girl. I'm the man.
Yeah, anyway, everybody had a great time at the party. You and her become friends. You started attending that church and y'all really hit it off. After a year of dating, y'all got married and started your life together.
Whoa, man, so I was like 20?
19.
No way, man, that's crazy.
Yes, it is. But you finish your tech school and started working and making a good living. You even helped pay for her to finish her school. She starts working at the bank and becomes a leader in her industry as well.
Wow, smart, and she's hot? That sounds like a fairy tale.
Yeah, most people would say that because it's easier than admitting they won't do the work.
The work?
Yeah, they don't want to admit that they just wouldn't do the hard work necessary and make the decisions necessary to end up in a position like you're in now. Easier to say luck than to admit their own mistakes.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so again, good job and congratulations. Prom 2025 was a turning point for good in your life because you were wise and stood up and did the right thing.
Thanks, man.
You bet. Oh, and by the way, the cool guys,
Yeah, what about them?
well, they still go to the high school parties with their Letterman jackets on.
They do?
Yeah, and they talk about how they used to run a 4.5 and bench 300 pounds.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. They ain't so cool anymore. Give him a hand. How about to give him a hand? And no offense to the cool guys here, I'm sure you're not the typical cool guys. I'm sure you're actually cool. But I've seen it a lot. The cool guys right now ain't always the cool guys. Just throwing that out there. So I know we're at the pre-prom, have to scare you a little bit, Barty, right? The auditorium speaking thing. And you're asking like, dude, you made that story up. The stories like that really happen. The things like that actually happen in real life. All right, there's about a minute 45 seconds. Give me a minute and 45 seconds to watch this video from this news clip. Gotta love technology. Always fails. Okay, here we go.
A 17-year-old who killed her best friend in a speeding accident on prom night was sentenced today. An emotional day inside a Butler County juvenile courtroom. 9 on your side's Lisa Smith has the details.
With her hands trembling, the 17-year-old talks about living with the memories.
Stuck in your room at night, remembering what happened, wanting to scream for your mom, but knowing she'll never hear you.
9 on your side does not identify juveniles charged in juvenile court. The high school senior was driving her father's Tesla back in April when she crashed on Milligan Road in Liberty Township. She and 3 friends were headed to prom. 17-year-old Kaylee Jackson was killed.
Nothing I say or do will ever satisfy anyone in this courtroom. And I'll never be forgiven for what happened.
The teenager has admitted the charges of aggravated vehicular homicide and 2 counts of vehicular assault are true. One of the passengers in the car says he does forgive.
I fully forgive the defendant, and I hope she finds reconciliation wherever she ends up and lives a productive life.
It was difficult for Kaylee's mom to stay composed. She says her daughter wanted to become a surgeon and would have made a difference in the world.
No words to describe the immense pain, loss, and anger that I feel.
Judge Thomas Lips ordered the teen to serve a minimum of 6 months in a juvenile rehabilitation center. The judge said a treatment center instead of juvenile detention was the best option in this case.
She regrets, made a bad decision and she's got to pay for it. But that doesn't make her a bad person. And this didn't define her life, even though it probably would.
Lisa Smith, 9 on your side.
17.
So, it's like, okay, you can go on the internet, good job, buddy, you can go on the internet and find one video in a country of 360 million where this happens. That's like 1 in a billion, right? Surely that doesn't happen very often. That can't happen to real people, even though that's a real news clip from last year, I believe it was. Can life really change that fast? Can life really change that fast? I told you I want to tell you a little bit about my story. Some of you know me, but some of you have no idea. And even those that know me don't know some of what I'm about to share. So if we can get it up there, Press is doing a good job working hard trying to get it up there. But here in a second, a picture of my brother will come up. And if it doesn't, that's okay. The picture will come up if it does. It's okay, Press. It's my fault. My brother, I had a brother that was about 4 or 5 years younger than me, 4.5 years younger than me. Let's go back and click on at the top. Pre-prom. I ain't stupid. I use ChatGPT too. I know y'all do. Just click out of it, Chris. Yeah, I'll help you. All right. So that's me when I had hair. That's a long time ago. This picture was taken on July 22nd, 2006. That's easy for me to remember. That was my wedding day. And the guy to my right, your left, is my brother Matt. So my brother Matt was the guy that everybody loved. Super funny, gave great hugs, had a really good punch, could knock people out with. He was the guy that when I was having a bad day, I called to make my day better. And our language, some of you know what I'm talking about, our language was movies. That's how we communicated to each other, was through movie lines. So I'd call and be like, hey man, do something for Christmas vacation. And he'd do like the dad rant and make me laugh. Or I'd call him and say, do something from this movie, and he would just make it better. He was the guy that everybody loved, brightened up every room he walked into. He was awesome. Here's Matt's story. He works his tail end off to become a starting offensive lineman on our football team back in East Texas, where I'm from. And that football team ends up being 16-0 and winning a state championship. They were really good. Had 8 Division I players on the team. They were unbelievable. And he was a starter on that team till about week 5. And he got injured. And that's really where his life at that point took a fork in the road for the wrong direction. And as you can imagine, when you work hard and you miss out on something that special, you kind of go into a depression pretty quick. You start making bad decisions really quick. And you fast forward a few months, they go on their senior trip, and at his senior trip, he starts exploring, as we call it sometimes. Starts smoking weed, doing a few other things. He wanted to go into the Marines. He failed his drug test in the Marines twice that summer after he graduated. And so he had gotten in trouble for stealing from Walmart and failed his drug test twice, all in the same summer. And as you can imagine, and there's a little bit more to the story that's too personal to share in this setting, but as you can imagine, in a pretty quick amount of time, in less than a year, he had just completely lost hope. I mean, completely lost hope. And September 19th, 2006, just a couple of months after this picture, this was the last day that we ever saw each other in person. We talked after this day, but I never saw him again in person. I pulling up to a junior high football game to coach that night, and my father-in-law at the time starts walking towards me, which was weird. And he walks up to the truck, and I roll down the window, and I can tell something's wrong. And he says, Daniel, I'm sorry. Your brother's dead. He took his life. And it was like my brain could not understand the words that he just said. I wanted to laugh because my brain rejected it, like he has to be joking, but you don't joke about something like that. Less than a year, went from the fun-loving guy that everybody loved, went to the parties, all the things, and in less than a year, he had lost hope. He took his own life. So I can tell you, was it a prom night mistake? No. It wasn't. But can life change as fast as it changed for that girl in that video? Faster than you can possibly imagine. My parents, never been the same. As you can imagine, losing a child to suicide, it broke them. And my entire family's never been the same. I've never been the same. It's like, man, that's sad. Yeah, it is sad. Does that all do your story? I wish that was all I had. I said my first wife, Kayla, when I was talking about this day, this next picture, if it'll come up and work, that's my first family. I had one goal, and I still have one goal in my life. All I ever wanted to do was be a good dad and a good husband. Truly, and I know that sounds so lame to a bunch of teenagers, but it's true. Even at your age, I thought, I just want to be a good dad, and I want to be a good husband. My parents divorced whenever I was 11, and that was super hard. And I just made up my mind when I was young, like, that's not going to happen to me. I'm going to be married one time to the love of my life, and we're going to build a family, and I'm going to be a good dad, and I'm going to be a good husband. And so I moved to Danville in 2005, right after graduating college, to be a football coach. And that was May of 2005. Worked through the summer, go into our first football season, and I meet Kayla, the lady, the woman in this picture, and we go on our first date, December 17th, 2005. I'll keep up with this timeline. First date, December 17th, 2005. March 14th, 2006, we got engaged. It's like 3 months, in case you can't do math. July 22nd, 2006, we got married. I do not advocate this timeline. But it worked out for us. It was okay. I was 23, almost 24. She was 20. We were kids. And so by this picture, this is December of 2020. We had got to a great spot in our lives. We had done all the young married things, want to chase the big house, chase the job, chase the extra stuff, all the things. And we had really finally gotten to a place. We sold our house. We moved to this little farmhouse in the country, had 5 acres and a pond, paid off our debts by selling our house, and had really gotten to a place of contentment in life and in our relationship. We would finally mature in our relationship. This takes a long time. You have to stay committed to your marriage. It's not easy. We were just in a great spot here in this picture in December of 2020. And then the boy that you see there, his name is Landry. Named him after Tom Landry, football coach. He was my hero. See, I'm the last Morris. Everybody else in my family, that their mom is either, they have a mom that's part of my family, or the other men in the family didn't have sons. So only my dad, from my granddad to my dad to me, I'm the